How do you say this one guy's name? Felicu? Well, that wraps up the qualifying. We've got Gaz with the best lap 2:10, saying the P1. Babuyers follows up with 2:11, and third place Felicu. I'm sorry, I don't know his name. 2:12. All right, boys, let's get into it. Gaza the Gat 93 up there in the P1 spot. As we're waiting for all the guys to line up and get ready for this Road America. We got our guy Punisher back there in the P4, and right beside him is Pablo Casino. Both of them are rocking Ferraris. Punisher in his 61, while Pablo is in his number 50 yellow Ferrari. Babuyers decided to take the 99 Porsche out tonight. As they're off, coming into turn 1. Looks pretty clean thus far. A couple guys ran out, but there was nothing that indicate any type of bad decisions back there. But Bias is still following up Gaz the Gat. This could be a Porsche showdown. Kazagat and his 44. Oh no, he runs off. Bias hits the turn strip. As most of the boys have gone through turn 5 and down to the hurry downs, setting up for the carousel. Now they're into the carousel. Still, we've got Babuyers P1, followed by Kazagat, Felicu P3. Looks like JP's rocking and rolling. Found himself in the P4 spot. That puts Punisher back in P5. And something must have happened on Corvette. He's now about 10 seconds behind. 5 seconds behind Punisher. JP and his 55 Ferrari. JP comes up the hill, going through the finish line. Let's go back up to our leaders. We still have Babuyers in P1. It is 99 red Porsche, and they just went through turn 1. Setting up now for turn 3. And as they go down the Marine sweep, and back up to turn 5 is in Babuyers. He hits turn 5 cleanly, but so does Gaz the Gat. Six and 7 looks nice as they brace to go through the hurry downs. Look like Kazagat fell back. He's losing time on Babuyers, now at nearly 2 seconds behind. And then he also has pc2. pc2's in P3 trying to catch up to Gaz the Gat. As our JP Boto Clinic trying to close the gap between him and Phyllis. Gaz the Gat's catching up to Babuyers. Alright, looks like that's going to finish up lap 2 for Babuyers as he's about ready to cross the finish line here in just a second. Gaz the Gat's right behind him, and they're going to prepare to go back into turn 1. Looks like turn 1 was completed clean by both players. Babuyers is still out there in P1. Gaz the Gat. Now they just went through the midsection into turn 3. Setting themselves up for the main sweep. pc2 is trying to catch up, but he's nearly 5 seconds behind the leader. 4 seconds behind Gaz the Gat. Looks like something happened to Gaz the Gat. Now pc2 is going to catch up. Gaz the Gat's going to have to pick up the pace. pc2 is right on his ass. pc2 rocking out, and that number 50 yellow Ferrari trying to catch up to that blue Porsche. Gaz the Gat. Let's go on board with pc2, see what's happened with him. Looks like pc2 lost the pace. Gaz the Gat's now finding 2 seconds on him as they go through turn 14. pc2 and Gaz the Gat nearly crossing the finish line, taking him into the lap 5 now. And Babuyers is still out there in P1. Babuyers takes that first turn cleanly. Turn 3 looks good. Now he goes to the marine sweep underneath the boardwalk. And it looks like turn 5 goes well as he heads up the hill, setting up for turn 6 is Babuyers. Babuyers now has a 4-second lead on Gaz the Gat. Ooh, looks like Gaz the Gat's struggling. pc2 is, however, catching up to Gaz the Gat. Gaz the Gat's got a 2-second lead as they're now going through the carousel. Oh no, Corvette loses it there. That's unfortunate for Corvette, It's going to put him back nearly 43 seconds behind the leader as he loses another position to Punisher. Putting Corvette now back in the P6 position. Punisher pushes back up to the P5. But there's a huge gap between Punisher and JP. As both Punisher and Corvette are in the carousel. Let's go back up to Babuyers, who's now crossing the finish line. Kaz the Gat's not giving up. He's in it to win it. Hoping now that Babuyers does something silly, maybe spins out, gets the tires too hot. Any sort of a chance to get back up there in that P1 position, I'm sure he'll take. And it looks like Kaz the Gat went to that turn 5 cleanly as he pushes turn 6, I believe. Down through the hurry down. Into turn 8. It's Kaz the Gat. As he passes through turn 9, now he's in the carousel. pc2 is also now in the carousel as well. pc2 can barely see the taillights of Kaz the Gat. Don't get up, police. Now as Babuyers goes through turn 14. It looks clean in his red Porsche. And that takes us into the finish. Well done, Babuyers. Kaz the Gat looks like he's going to finish in P2. Followed by pc2. JP's able to gain that 4th position as P5 goes to Punisher and P6 is Corvette. Corvette's still on the track at this point as he goes to that last turn. Wasn't a great outing for Corvette. I know he's got a lot better potential. And that's the thing, guys. I'd like to see Corvette do better. Well done, fellas. Thanks for letting me commentate. Appreciate it. And that's our rundown. We have Babuyers in the P1 with a best lap time of 2:10.565. Congratulations to Babuyers.